If productivity systems worked, we wouldn't still be looking for them like cursed grimoires that promise enlightenment and deliver burnout. Because if one system actually worked, we would have stopped searching. We would have settled down, committed, maybe even trusted it. Instead, we are all spiritually haunted by fucking planners. This is why nothing works, where we stop blaming ourselves and start blaming systems that were clearly designed by someone with earth sign discipline and zero executive dysfunction. And today, we're talking about productivity. Boff. I know. It's a concept that sounds neutral, but somehow always feels deeply judgmental. Productivity advice assumes your energy is stable, predictable, obedient, which is bold because my energy is lunar. It waxes, it wanes. Sometimes it disappears entirely. Like Mercury is in retrograde and my dopamine filed a PTO request. Time is not the problem. I have time. I simply do not have access to that shit on demand. ADHD brains do not run on clocks. We run on interest, urgency, novelty, and whatever cosmic alignment lets motivation show up that day. This is why productivity systems feel magical at first, and then extremely cursed. You buy the planner, you color code the system, you feel powerful for exactly one moon cycle. Then one low energy day hits, and suddenly the system isn't supportive. It's judgmental. It's watching you, silently. This is where people say, well, you just have to be consistent. Okay, consistent with what? My energy? My focus? My executive function that changes based on weather pressure and whether I slept like a human person? Some days my brain is a spell-casting prodigy. Some days it's a raccoon, knocking crystals off a shelf while whispering, we'll do it tomorrow. Here's the lie we need to break. Productivity is not about doing more. It's about reducing friction. But most productivity systems add friction. They require daily upkeep, weekly reviews, monthly resets, and a level of consistency that assumes your nervous system never goes into retrograde. If a system only works when you're already at your best, it's not a system, it's a performance ritual. And when it fails, we don't blame the system, we blame ourselves. Lazy, undisciplined, bad at adulthood. When really, the system is just misaligned. So let me pause here and actually give you one correction. Not a fix, not a hack, just a grounding shift. Here it is. Stop planning based on time. Start planning based on energy. Time-based planning assumes every day feels the same, your focus is linear, motivation obeys calendars. Energy-based planning asks, is today high energy, low energy, or foggy? What kind of work fits this state? What requires activation versus maintenance? That alone removes so much shame, because suddenly a low energy day isn't a failure. It's just a different phase. Very moon cycle coded, also very nervous system coded. Now, I'm not going to dump my entire system on you today, because that would be overwhelming and quite frankly rude. But I will tell you this. I only stay productive using the 2 things. Not 10. Not an app graveyard. Yeah, I tried a fuck ton of those too. Just 2. And neither of them rely on motivation. They rely on reducing friction, working with energy, and removing moral judgment from how my brain operates. We'll get into that soon, because this season builds on itself. Episode 1 breaks the motivation myth. Episode 2 exposes productivity, and later, we talk about systems that actually support ADHD brains without turning life into a disappointing performance review. So if productivity advice has ever made you feel broken, you're not cursed, you're not lazy, you're not failing at adulthood. The system was never built for your kind of magic. This series makes more sense if you watch it in order, because each episode pulls apart a different lie. And if productivity has been the one that hurt the most, it's not you. It's why nothing works. Because ritual resets matter, not because magic rocks fix your brain, but because pausing does.